What's up, y'all? So, there's something I want to talk about today. And I want to take you back to one of my favorite TV shows, Cobra Kai. Alright? I don't watch much TV, but Cobra Kai, that's one of my favorite shows. I finished the entire series. I'm inclined to go back and watch it again from the beginning. That's how great that show is. But there's a particular scene from season 1, episode 7, where Sensei Lawrence finds out that his students have never not only been in a fight, but they've never really been punched in the face. So he immediately has one of his students punch the rest of his students in the face. And he does that because he wants them to know what it feels like to get hit in the face. I think that is something that a lot of people, no matter how many fights they've been in, no matter how tough they are scared of getting hit in the face. And that is what keeps people from learning how to fight. Getting punched in the face. Forget getting hit, just getting hit in the face. People by nature are head hunters when they're fighting, okay? Skilled or unskilled, they're head hunters, especially if they're unskilled. All right, I'm not going to call people fighters because a lot of people aren't fighters in the true sense of the word. But there are people who are skilled and there are people who are unskilled. Okay? I don't know what the hell's going on here, but somebody may make up their mind about what they're going to do. So, when it comes to learning how to fight, that's a fear you're going to have to get over. Period, point blank. You're just going to have to get over that fear. And until you get over that fear, you will never truly learn how to fight. Now, when you're in the heat of the moment, obviously, you're not concerning yourself with getting punched in the face or whether or not if you're comfortable with getting hit in the face because you're focused on the immediate action, which is, obviously, eliminating the threat. But if we're talking about learning how to fight, if we're talking about learning a skill, a hand-to-hand combat skill, you got to get over that fear of getting punched in the face. Okay? You got to be accepting of it. You got to be okay with people hitting you in the face. Or at least okay with the reality of being hit in the face. Because it don't matter who you are, how skilled you are, how nice you are with your hands or your combat skills in general, it's highly likely that you will take damage in a fight. And it's highly likely, it's extremely likely, obviously, that whoever's trying to fight you, whatever the situation may be, or how it plays out to where you have to put hands on someone, or where blows are going to be exchanged, you will likely get hit in the face. Now, that's a fear you got to overcome. And training will help you with that. Now, I'm not suggesting that when you go and learn how to fight, you just take a punch to the face over and over again. That's just insane. Okay? I don't care who you are. Even if you can take a punch and know how to take a punch, you shouldn't be okay with taking a punch insofar as you shouldn't be okay with taking any type of damage. But what I will say is, you should know that that's a potential reality. And you should be comfortable with the fact that someone wants to hurt you. Okay? I will take you back to, to this day, forget taking you back. I can honestly say that me personally, I do kind of have a fear. I still carry a fear of getting hit in the face. Okay? I'm more comfortable getting punched in the face than most other people. Okay? Because every time I spar, I get punched in the face. But the reason why that fear is back is because it's been so damn long since I've sparred. Okay, I'm gonna be real with y'all, okay? Getting hit in any way, shape, or form is not a comfortable feeling. Now, some people are okay with that, because, excuse my voice, by the way, I'm coming off fighting a cold. But at the end of the day, taking damage from your opponent is something that you gotta internalize. You got to be okay with the fact that there's someone who wants to hurt me. They're going to hurt me. My objective is to make sure that whatever damage they do to me pales in comparison to how much damage I apply to them. But getting back to being punched in the face, That's just part of life, honestly speaking. If you go your entire life without being in a fight, you are either a coward or you just really, really play your cards right to the point where you can avoid physical confrontation, all right? Or maybe, when you ever had to engage in physical confrontation, you were fortunate enough to have never been hit in the face. Of those three, that one is like the most unlikely to happen to you. But if you're looking at learning how to fight, which I will never not advocate for anyone to do, it's that fear of getting punched in the face. And you got a lot of people that, like let's say if you go and spar with somebody, right? You get punched in the face, you immediately want to turn up. Some people will say, I can't spar, go to the gyms and spar people because if I get hit in the face, it's gonna be ugly. Like, no, not really. If you ain't good with gloves on with gloves on, you're not really gonna be good with gloves off. That's just like nature. It's just logical. Like if you're not skilled, you're not beating someone who is skilled. Okay? More often than not, that's not gonna happen. No matter how much of a dog you have in a fight, anyone that's skilled, they understand not just your striking ability, but other parameters like spacing, distance, power. These things they understand. Skill always is going to trump the unskilled. Okay? But it's just that reality of getting hit in the face. The reality of the fact that someone is hurting you. The reality that you gotta, in order for, you can't win a fight and not be uncomfortable when you're winning in a fight. Or I should say, you can't be in a fight and not be uncomfortable. That's just not true. Okay? It's just, it is what it is. But I would honestly say that that's likely the number one reason why people don't want to train and learn how to fight. It's the fact that when you have to be pressure tested and you get hit, that's going to show what you're made of. That's pretty much it. So my advice to everybody out there that's watching this video, if you've never been punched in the face, or it's been a while since you've been punched in the face, I encourage you to go put yourself in a position where you can get punched in the face. Now, I'm not telling you to take a full-powered punch to the face. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is put yourself in a position where you're going to have to deal with a threat. Okay? Because that's the beauty of at least the striking arts or in the grappling arts. You have to be pressure tested. It's not enough for you to learn the moves and everything like that. You have to get in there and spar. Put the headgear on, put the mouthpiece in, okay? Roll on the mat. Put yourself in a position where someone can damage you, and the only way you can stop them from damaging you is to essentially stop them from damaging you. Take all the skills you've learned and apply them against a live opponent who is not going to be compliant with you doing whatever they want to. They're going to try to stop you as much as you're going to try to stop them. But find a way to get comfortable with getting punched in the face. That's my message today. And I'll see y'all in the next video.